Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Sian and today I've got for you my top 6 tips on how to stay happier this winter. Christmas is over, it's cold, it's a bit miserable outside. It feels like winter might not have a lot going for it. But there are 6 things that you can do to make yourself feel happier this winter time. These are things that I do myself and I know they definitely work, so I hope that they work for you. Number 1, and this is the most important, be kind to yourself. I know that's one of those things that people say and you're like, yeah, be kind to yourself. But the actual action of being kind to yourself is quite a big thing. It could be that it's just about changing a perspective in your head. It's about looking at things in a slightly different way and realising that it's not as bad as you think it is. For example, we were down at Center Parcs over Christmas. I had been told by the physio I could not go on any of the slides or anything like that, and in the swimming pool. And I was really sad. The first day I sat there and I watched everyone else and I just wanted to be doing what they were doing. And then I suddenly thought, hang on, they're having a great time and I'm getting to watch them have a great time. So I can see them having fun and I know that I would love to be there, but equally I've got an opportunity to watch them, my family, enjoying themselves. So it was just that slight change in perspective and then I was really happy to be watching them. Very, very strange. So another thing you can do to be kind to yourself again is to look at how far you've progressed in something rather than how far there is still to go. Because it can seem like a task can be utterly overwhelming when you think, but I'm not there yet. But think about how far away from that task you were a month ago, 2 months ago. Had you even started it then? You know, you are much, much closer now to what you were a month ago. And I think that that's, again, a really important way of thinking about things. Also, don't beat yourself up. Don't be unkind. Don't try and starve your body of certain foods in January because, you know, yeah, we've probably all overindulged over Christmas, but there's nothing that's going to make us more down than not eating or starving yourself in January. Starting a diet at the beginning of January, at the middle of January, is just not the time to do it. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really agree with diets full stop. Just eat healthily, eat well. But it's definitely not a time of year to be starting something like a diet. It's dark, it's cold, it's miserable. Just, you don't need that extra in your life. Number 2 on the list is to read, and this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I love to sit down with a book. I feel it's extraordinary where a book can take you, the different worlds you can be in. I've just been in America in like the early 19th century. It was really good, I enjoyed it there. You can be taken to a totally different place. You can let your imagination run wild, and reading a book is a really nice way of giving yourself some time, a moment out. I really find that it definitely helps my mental attitude is just to sit and read a book. It can be whatever kind of book you want. Number 3 is to take some time for yourself. And again, that's one of those phrases where you're like, oh, take time, yeah, okay. But it's literally about setting aside 10 minutes a day. If you can spare more, that's great. If you can't, then just 10 minutes, even 5, to sit by yourself, maybe with a cup of tea, somewhere quiet, and just reflect. Just think about all the kind of things that are mulling over in your head. Just let them go and just reflect. Maybe just sit quietly and concentrate on your breathing, maybe meditate, but take some time for you. It feels like a weird thing to say, but as a parent, you don't have much time by yourself ever. So to suddenly kind of take 10 minutes a day where it's quiet, where you know you're not going to be disturbed, is just so blissful and it feels so indulgent, and yet it's literally 10 minutes of your day. Just sit quietly, or if you don't want to sit quietly, just sit and watch TV for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of brain space can have a huge impact on you. Number 4, and that is exercise. And I don't mean you have to take up like some severe exercise regime. All I mean is if you go for a short walk when you've taken the kids to school, maybe go for a 10-minute walk. Just get outside, and even if it's not the nicest day, just get outside and move, and you'll find that your body and therefore your brain feel better for having done that. Just get outside, move a bit, maybe do like a Pilates or yoga class off YouTube. Just do some kind of movement, even if it's kind of 30 minutes a day. You could probably fit that into your time. I've just been going out for like a little walk, drop the children off to school, only a mile because at the moment my hip can't manage much more, but just that short amount of time, getting out, getting my body moving, it just feels really nice. And for me, it feels like I'm getting back to normality again, which is a huge deal for me. Number 5, eat food that makes you happy. I don't mean like sit and eat chocolate, because not that there's anything wrong with sitting and eating chocolate if that's what you want to do. But for me, my body feels happiest when I'm eating fresh fruit and vegetables and really kind of giving it nutrition as opposed to just giving it stuff. So I really feel better when I eat the right food for me. So I'd say definitely kind of look into taking in more veg or bit more fruit each day and just see how your body feels with that. For me, if I've been away somewhere and had like a load of junk food, then the thing that I really want to do is just sit and like eat vegetables for a few days and just let my body kind of, not detox, that's not the right word, but just have some nutrition and be nourished basically. Number 6, and this might seem like a bit of a silly one, but it is snuggle under a blanket. Our house is freezing. We don't have the heating on. I'm sure most of you know we run a B&B. We don't have the heating on when we haven't got guests, and at this time of year we do not have guests. So we have to snuggle under the blankets to keep warm because it is really, really cold. These blankets are fabulous. They've got like a tog, you know, like a duvet. They're just a really light tog, but they're fluffy and lovely and gorgeous. And we have quite a lot of these in our house, and we often are all found snuggling under blankets. But to be honest, it's also quite nice, like that whole just snuggling into something, making a little cocoon around you and just cooching down, and you know, it just feels really, really nice. So I'd recommend that too. Let me know your tips too for staying happier this winter, and I will see you again soon. All right, bye.